Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel here today, and we're back for another Walking Dead video. And this has been a long requested video for me to do, as today we're going to be going through the top 5 worst Walking Dead characters. Obviously, not everybody here is going to agree with my list. This is, in my opinion, the top 5 worst characters in terms of attitude, how they were introduced, how they acted, just overall how they were written and drawn up, and how they had played out through the story. So, if you guys do enjoy this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and give me down below in the comments your top 5 worst character list. Obviously, like I said, not everyone's going to agree with me on this list. This will contain spoilers, though, in case you've missed either Season 1, 2, or 3 of The Walking Dead. I will try to maybe include all, but we'll see. Alright, guys, let's get straight into the video. And there'll be a straw poll down below as well. Make sure you go vote. A character with a lot of potential here that didn't fit out. Number 5 would be Eleanor. And the reason I think Eleanor is one of the worst Walking Dead characters is that choices centralized around her did not mean lick. She also betrayed the group. She also seemed to be egotistical at times, caring about herself more than the people that actually defended her. Despite all of that gone through in Season 3, certain things that stuck out to me and why I hate her character. For one, betraying the group, with Joan telling us that we're going to try and save David. It's ridiculous enough that she even would do something like that when we told her that Joan was, bad news. Also, the fact of the matter is that she had the audacity in episode 5 to tell off Javier and blame it on him, despite her basically causing almost all of it through telling Joan, and none of this maybe would have happened as a result. And like I said again, the choices centralized around her in episode 1 didn't mean lick, whether going with her or Trip. And this episode 4 choice, really killing, either killing Trip or Ava based on the choice, it really didn't mean anything because, Eleanor really didn't react any different. Her character just seems very weak, arrogant, just not something you really want to look into a character. And if this was a hate list, she'd definitely be top 3 for me, because I can't stand her, obviously with all she had done. Now obviously there is room for improvement. She's a non-determinate character, and she probably will most likely show up in the final season, so this list is tending to change if she can change her act up and maybe prove herself to me more in episode 5. I obviously told her to go to hell, so that's number 5. Let's go on to number 4. Number 4 for me would be Sara, and Sara is a very complicated character. She had a lot happen to her, and she changed throughout the story of Season 2. Obviously, from first meeting her, I thought she was annoying. Then getting to know her a little more, she wasn't that bad. Episode 2 comes along, then episode 3 she kind of got a little more annoying, but then she became completely incompatible after episode 3, just to episode 4 being a complete wreck, just being emotionally affected by her father. She obviously had a lot to her story that I thought could have been, written a little better. Obviously, I'm pretty sure she had something mentally wrong with her. I think the developers even said she was being affected by some kind of disease. I don't know what exactly it was, or some kind of stress syndrome. I don't remember what exactly it was, but she obviously was not a normal character. She had a lot more, more baggage in terms of her attitude and how she thought and how she would react to certain things. That's why Carlos tried to obviously shield her from the outside world. And obviously, the turning point of her character was when, obviously, her father Carlos died, getting shot and then getting eaten by the walkers. Obviously, she just became cruel. I honestly thought she was just annoying, bratty. She was very not knowledgeable in terms of things, and I can kind of blame Carlos personally. I personally can blame Carlos partially why Sara was not that good of a character. Because Carlos, obviously, it's the apocalypse, and you don't shield your own freaking daughter from. You gotta tell her this stuff, because obviously, Clementine don't learn about this stuff, she'd probably be dead. Exactly. You have to teach the younglings how the apocalypse works. Quote that. But other than that, Sara, I thought there was just a lot more that could have been done with her character, and honestly, I thought she could have been better. But obviously, she was annoying, just not something not a character I really enjoyed. And obviously, a lot of the, people compare her to Ben. I don't think she's on Ben's level in terms of causing things to happen that go wrong. But obviously, she was bad. So, thank you. Number 3 up next. Number 3 for me would be Bonnie, and the reason I put Bonnie at the number 3 spot is that she's really, really hated in my opinion. She's really bad as a character, but she's not top notch. She's in the middle. She's a snake. She's more of a snake than Eleanor, but this character is, out of all the times you could trust this character, this character always came back to bite you in the butt. That's what Bonnie is to me. Obviously, meeting her in the 400 days, you thought, maybe she wasn't going to be that bad. She seemed like an okay character, her and Dee and all that hullabaloo. And then you meet her in season 2, hey, it's a 400 days character. Choices actually matter. Hey, turns out she's just the only character that really, came back really from the 400 days character that isn't just one appearance, ends up being a snake, lies, deception, betrayal. And she's like, oh, you're supposed to trust me. Oh, and I know Luke knows me and all. So, honestly, if she'd really cared about Clementine and the group, she wouldn't have betrayed everybody. Instead, she decided to go with Mike and Arvo to run off to who knows what land. Obviously, I'm glad as hell she's a determinant character, because I ain't going to see her ass back. Believe me that, she ain't going to be back. And that's unfortunate to some people that may like her, and hopefully, I don't know how many people like her, but she's a betrayer, so I hope not a lot. But, if she had not done the betrayals, and actually had stuck with the group and been, nice to everybody, I would have liked her as a character. She wouldn't have been, such a villain in my opinion. But, she had her betrayals, she acted really bad, she's a snake, that's why she's number 3. Let's move on to number 2. This is a tough one for me to put, but number 2, I'm putting Ben. Now, Ben, this character was, words cannot describe how I feel about Ben. Ben, obviously, he fucked up a lot, and that's that might be an understatement. Ben made a crap ton of mistakes, and honestly, I feel bad for him, because I feel most of these, low-key, were not his fault. But his childish, gullible attitude kind of caused this. He had made certain mistakes, such as the supply with the bandits causing Duck and Katja to basically, indirectly causing Duck and Katja to die as a result of giving drugs to the bandits. Obviously, taking the axe out of the door, eventually leading to Bree's death, and particularly himself. Just overall, his attitude just to, try and cover up, eventually leading to even Carly/Doug's death by not telling Lily/the group that he was the one that was selling the bandits the drugs. There were just so many situations. Ben meant nice. He was a nice character. I didn't hate him at all. Very, very good character, in my opinion, in terms of how he acted. But how he made his decisions and how he just... a lot of mistakes being made to lead to other characters' deaths. And, it really effed up the group, what some of the decisions he had made. Unfortunately, Kenny called him Shitbird Ben. And Kenny really hated him, without a doubt, until about the end, maybe when Ben, kind of apologized. They kind of came to an understanding. But then you remember in season 2 and season 3, he still called Ben a shitbird. So, things, they never really got better. But I feel bad for Ben, but, all the mistakes and dumb decisions he had made got him this number 2 spot. So, there's only one character left, and I believe you and me both know who this little is at number 1. Let's get straight to it. And with no surprises, our number 1 worst character in The Walking Dead is Arvo, the Rusky. And there is many, many, many reasons why this guy is just the most hated, worstly written piece of garbage character I have ever seen in The Walking Dead. There are many reasons I hate this guy and many reasons I think he's terrible. Now let's go into some of them. He obviously starts off in episode 4, we meet him with Jane, and what I don't understand, the first thing, is that he lies about his sister being sick in the first place. A Russian with a crippled leg trying to come up and try and give us, the business. He's trying to give us the business, like acting like he's the talk of the town, like he's going to take us down. As us being Clem. He's going to try to take us down. Obviously, just beginning with the lying. And then the deceit to betray us, even after we might even ask to help him, give him the bandages and more stuff. Even if we don't take the stuff, take the bandages and meds and stuff, he still attacks us. Like, what a dick. Like, he's like, he just wants to take our stuff and leave us for dead. Like, And then the fact is also, through episode 5, even after Clem kills his sister, he gives us all those dang dirty looks. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what are you doing, bro? And then he also continues to maniacally just give us those dirty looks until the point where he even shoots Clem. He shot Clem! My God, the only character to have ever done that. Other than in the New Frontier. New Frontier, she actually did get shot in that cutscene with Wellington. But still, this guy is a effing bleep. Without a doubt. Honestly, I just cannot stand his character. And he's annoying. He's weak, small, tiny, rude. But that's it. Alright, that has been my list for the top 5 worst Walking Dead characters. If you guys would like to vote for other suggestions, please make sure to leave them down below in the comments and vote in the poll down below. Let's go for 100 likes, guys. Thank you all again for watching. And Arvo, if I see you in Season 4, I owe you a bullet.